I know what I'm about to say is going to make a lot of people upset, probably downright angry. And I will not apologize for it. I know inflation is at an all-time high. The cost of living is extremely high. People are getting laid off every day. I do not take away from that. I empathize with people who are struggling to make ends meet. But the cold, hard truth is no one cares. I know that sounds very harsh. It sounds very harsh. By the way, I'm Shantae Charles. But the cold, hard truth is the powers that be that set the price of food, the price of rent, the price of whatever, they do not care. I saw a young lady on TikTok, and I'm going to share the video of her. She's crying, she's mad, she's talking about working and still not being able to afford to eat and what have you. And she's really heartbroken, she's really upset, and I empathize with her. I understand where she is coming from because I was there where I was struggling my own self. I don't take anything away from someone that is struggling, who is having a hard time financially. I don't take away from that at all. I don't take away from it at all. But the cold hard truth is the powers that be, they don't care. They don't care about you getting on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and whatever and going on and being upset. They don't care, boo. It's just a cold hard fact. So let's just get into the video. I'm going to play the video for you guys. Uh-oh, hold on. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to play the video.
Y'all not understand how fucked up America gotta be for you to work hard and still have no fucking where to go? It's just like, oh my gosh, when is it all going to end? Like, y'all, it's so bad to the point where even though you work, you more than likely can't even eat every day. Not even 3 times a day. Me, none. Yet they expect us to keep working with a smile on our face. Fuck all of that. I be seeing why people don't fucking want to work. They pay us a little bit of money, but make everything fucking expensive. I'll be damned.
Welcome to the country built on capitalism, baby.
If I'm putting my life on the line for $14, $15, and then the whole time, your ass can get hurt or die at the fucking job you're at. So now, you done fucking wasted your whole life being a hard worker to a company that don't give a fuck about what you got going on. Don't give a fuck that you don't have nowhere to go. Just don't give a good goddamn. And certain people will never understand the frustration. You guys will never understand unless you're going through it. There is no reason why hard workers can't afford to eat, can't afford to live, can't afford to pay rent. It is so much. And I just wanted to let everybody out there know, okay? If you are deciding to bring your ass to America, hold on, y'all. Stay the fuck over there. Do not come over here, please.
Okay, I think we've got the gist of what she's trying to say. But I understand what she's saying, because it is wrong that someone works hard and you are doing an honest job, but you're not getting an honest day's wage. You're not even making enough to be able to afford to take care of yourself. And you're going to work, you're doing your best. It's not right. But unfortunately, that's just the way it is. That's the way it is in America. And that's the way it has always been in America. Now, it is harder for people to get ahead and get out of the cycle than it was 10 years ago, because inflation is so high. But especially for black people, let's be honest, we've always, not all black people are poor and struggling. I understand that, so don't come in the comment section talking about all black people poor. But the majority of black people have been in this country, born and raised. We have struggled, or your parents struggled, or your grandparents struggled. Somebody struggled to get on the other side for the next generation not to have to struggle. That's just the cold hard facts. And it's not just black people, it's white people as well. Welcome to capitalism. But getting on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, social media, and cussing and ranting and raving, baby, that's not going to change not one thing. That's not going to change one thing. When you go into work tomorrow, if you decide to go back to work, you're going to get paid the same wage you were making. Your rent is still going to be the same price. The price of eggs and groceries are going to be the same price. So ranting and raving, okay, you got it all out. I would say to her, now what you going to do about it? What you going to do about it, baby? Are you just going to keep crying, wallow? Or are you going to do something about it? Because crying, cussing, fussing, and screaming, that's not going to change a thing. That's not going to change not one thing. You know what it's going to do? Probably give you a headache. Give you a headache, raise your blood pressure. Because when you have that downright hard, ugly cry, you got a headache. But I would say to her, wipe your tears, sit with God, and ask Him to give you a plan on how to get on the other side of struggle. Because life doesn't have to always be a struggle. Life doesn't have to always be a struggle. You're mad, and I understand you're mad. You have a right to be mad. I'm not saying don't be mad if this is your situation. But what you going to do about it? Make a decision. See, when my husband got laid off from his job, and I was only making $12 an hour, but my husband got laid off from his good paying job, and I was frustrated because he found another job, got laid off, found another job, got laid off because oil production in North Dakota was down. I got mad. Yes, I was mad. I wasn't mad with my husband because I know he didn't come with a trust fund when we got married. I knew he wasn't rich. I was mad. I was mad at the situation. And what did I do? I made a decision. I made a decision to take my $12 skill as a CNA, certified nursing assistant, and I turned my $12 skill into a business. I started my own non-medical in-home care agency, and that put us on the other side. That helped us tremendously because I went from $12 to over 6 figures in less than 12 months and 15 employees. It changed our financial situation. So you got to figure things out. And ranting and raving and cussing, that's not helping. That's not going to get you nowhere because the rent's still going to be high. Groceries still going to be high. The pay's still going to be low. So what you going to do? What you going to do? You better sit with God and say, Lord, help me. Because the scripture said He has given us the power to get well. So are you going to use your power, or are you just going to keep ranting and raving and cussing? Because ranting and raving and cussing is not going to change a thing. And you don't have to stay in a place of a lack. You have the power to change everything. Whether it's going back, get a certification to help you get a better paying job. Whether it's keeping the job that you currently have, but then do something also on the side. And I don't care what kind of job you have and how much you get paid these days, everybody needs something that they got going on in addition to their job to give them more income, because these jobs ain't loyal. They ain't loyal. Have a job today, no job tomorrow, and then what you gonna fall back on? You're gonna get on the internet ranting and raving and cussing? That's not gonna pay the bills. That's not gonna pay the bills. I mean, eventually, if you make it a whole whatever and keep doing YouTube and TikTok, eventually maybe you'll get a check. But how is that gonna help you? And if you're like me, when my husband got laid off, I didn't have time to go back to school to get a 4-year degree. And once I graduate, apply for some jobs and help somebody, hope someone employs me and pays me a good enough wage to be able to take care of my family. I didn't have time. And I'm not saying college is not valuable. I would never say that. But I did not have time. I needed to make more money, and I needed to make more money as soon as possible. So what did I have to do? I had to put my hand to the plow and use what I knew to generate some additional income. I had to stop being scared. Or what if it don't work out? What if this? No, I had to think about what is the best that can happen when I get this business up off the ground, when I'm able to hire some people. What's the best that can happen? Me not having to worry about my boss tripping when I call off from work because one of my kids are sick. Not having to worry about getting denied for vacation time, even though I have PTO, but because they're short staffed or someone else already took those days off, I can't take the day off. Not having to worry about, well, I went back to work after my kids were sick a couple days, and now people have an attitude with me because they were short staffed for 2 or 3 days because I didn't come to work. I no longer had those problems. What was the best that happened? When my kids are sick, I'm home with them. I don't have to answer to anybody. When my kids need to go to the doctor, I can go without having to get prior approval from anybody. I don't have to worry about people giving me an attitude when I return back to work. I don't have to worry about getting approved or denied. I can take off when I want. And then I helped other people because I employed them. That's the best that could happen. We got to think about what's the best that can happen when we step out on faith. Stop crying. Dry your eyes, baby. I would tell her, dry your eyes, baby. Dry your eyes. Put on your big girl panties. Consult with God and figure it out. Because ain't nobody coming to rescue you. We're looking for somebody to come rescue us. Ain't nobody coming to rescue you, boo. It may sound harsh, and somebody watching this video is not going to like it. But that's the cold hard facts. Don't nobody care about you. Very few people genuinely care about you and are going to help you. But most people, they can't even help themselves. Even if they want to help you, they can't help themselves. Don't nobody care but your mama and the good Lord above. And God forbid if you got a raggedy mama and she just got some issues of her own and she can't help herself, let alone you. That's just the cold hard facts of the world that we're living in. So crying, cussing, fussing, raising up your blood pressure is not going to change a thing. It's not going to change not one thing. And let's just face it, America has a lot of faults. A lot of shortcomings. But here is one of the only few places in the world that you can take nothing and turn it into something. You may have some obstacles. You may have some things standing in your way. There may be systematic racism. There may be sexism. There may be a lot of things, but you can still make it. There's nobody in this country that is going to stop you from being prosperous and successful because your grandmother, your mother, your dad, and whoever else in your family, they were all housekeepers. So you can't go on to be anything else. So you have to be a housekeeper. And nobody's going to give you an opportunity to be something else if you want to go to college and become a doctor or do something different. They're all stopping you. We don't have that here. You can take something and take nothing and turn it into something. Is it going to be easy? No, absolutely not. Because when I started my business, I was a one-woman show. I literally worked 3 months straight, 7 days a week, until I was able to hire people. But once I hired people, baby, it was off to the races. It was off to the races, okay? It was off to the races. And we cannot get caught up in wanting to do something that we're passionate about. Oh, this sounds great. This sounds fun. Because quite frankly, when I was a CNA, I wasn't passionate about that. I was not passionate about being a CNA at all. And if I be 100% honest, I didn't want to do that. I really thought it was beneath me. Now I'm being honest. Me, do that, take care of some old people, do what? Wipe who? I don't want to do that. Because I always had a good paying office job for someone who did not graduate college. I always made good money. Good money. But then times changed. The recession came and I could not find a job for nothing. A decent, good paying job for nothing. So I had to humble myself, get my CNA license. That's what moved me here to North Dakota. Working in a nursing home, I met this lady, Miss Deb. I will never forget Miss Deb. Rest in peace. One day, she said to me, Shantae, what you're doing, this is no money, and it's going to break your body down. I'm going to tell you how to really make some money. And she started telling me about starting my own agency and what the state would pay me to do the same thing that I was doing in a nursing home, but do it in individuals' home to keep them out of the nursing home. And the state would pay me via Medicaid. See, if I hadn't got my CNA, I would have never met Miss Deb. I would have never befriended Miss Deb. Simply was just nice to her because she didn't have any children here in North Dakota. Her son was in Arizona. Her daughter was in South Carolina. It was just her here and her mother. She was the youngest person in a nursing home. Miss Deb was a really sweet lady. And when I got my work done, I would just go in there and keep her company and have conversation. I wasn't looking for anything in return. But Miss Deb dropped a bug in my ear. And thanks to Miss Deb, it helped change my life. But if I hadn't got my CNA license, because if I would have been stuck on, I don't want to do that. Who knows what would have happened? What would have happened? I wasn't passionate about CNA, being a CNA, but it was my purpose at the time. It was my purpose. Purpose to help people, not only help people, but for me to be in position to meet Miss Deb to tell me about an opportunity. Purpose to employ other people, 15 other people, and help them change their financial situation. It was purposeful. Was it passion? No, it was not. But my job was purposeful. And when I started my business, it was purposeful. What was the passion? Making that check, getting a check from the state for $15,000 a pop per person that the state was paying me Medicaid for. Passion? Oh yeah, I'm passionate about that, baby. But my point is, if you're struggling, having a hard time, yes, it's okay to be mad. Be mad. I'm not saying it's not right. I'm not saying that at all. But what you gonna do about it? Make a decision. What can you do to generate income outside of your job? We all have a talent. We all have a solution to someone's problem. If it's cleaning someone's house, okay, you don't want to clean anybody's house, but if that's all you know how to do, you can clean up a bathroom like no other. It looks like a brand new showroom. Okay, you know you're not passionate about that, but it's gonna make you some extra money so that you can put food on your table without a struggle. Do it. Then what you do? Hire some people to work under you. Hire some people and make more money. Because how many homes can you clean within a day by yourself? But when you hire 4 or 5 people, there you go. You know how to bake cakes? Bake some cakes. And most states have cottage laws, which will allow you to bake or sell food from your home as a small business, and they won't give you a problem. So if you know how to cook food, get the cooking. Get the cooking. Oh, I don't want nobody to come to my house to pick up food. I understand that because we got some nut jobs out there. No denying. You don't want people to come to your house? Okay. Cook the food, pack it up, set up somewhere. You live somewhere where there's clubs, night places, and there's no food establishments open. When those places close, cook the food, put it in some warming containers. Ask the owner, can you set up shop in the parking lot? So when the people come in or the people leave, they have some food. There is no reason for us to be living check to check and beneath what God has ordained for us. God says He's given us the power to get wealth. Will you use your power to get what God has already blessed you with? Or you going to get on the internet cussing and carrying on? Because that's not going to change not one thing in your life, baby. Not one thing. Tomorrow when you wake up, you either going to keep going to that job and be angry, or you going to quit and be homeless, or living on somebody's couch, or living off the system. And we all know the system don't pay that much. Come on now. Or you going to make a decision that will change your life for the better. Hit like, hit subscribe, share this video with someone. Until next time, be blessed, have a prosperous future, and check out the next video.